And so now, here to share is one of Fred's current students, and her name is
Mackenzie O'Connor.
Mackenzie O'Connor is going to perform for us You'll Never Walk Alone. Oh, this is so wonderful, Mackenzie. Thank you for being with us and sharing.
When Fred gave me the song to work on, he said, "You never know when you're going to be singing this." Maybe he was preparing me. He told me it was a difficult piece to learn, and we never got to work on it again. I sure wish he would have transposed it for my range, but I guess he had high hopes for me. If you're listening to me, Mr. Silver, I will try my hardest to place it forward. I miss you. Here it goes.
March 30th, 1936, and he had an older brother, Robert, and a younger sister, Francine. Robert lives up in New York and was unable to be here, and Francine is unable to be here today, but she sends her love. She said that when Fred was 4 years old, he would listen to songs on the radio and then sit down at the piano and play them. Francine said Fred was a little rascal. She remembers the family was looking all over for him one day, and he made a Superman outfit, and they found him standing on the edge of the roof, ready to fly. Fred played the piano by ear when he was a child. He was self-taught. His thumbs were fused in a different way, and his parents were told he'd never advance as a musician. Well, Fred developed his own method of playing the piano, and as they say, the rest is history. Van Cliburn heard Fred play and was so impressed, he told him to apply at Juilliard. Well, there were 5,000 candidates. 4 were chosen. One was our Fred. He earned his bachelor's and master's degree at Juilliard. It was at Juilliard that he won the first Rodgers and Hammerstein Award for a gifted composer for the musical theater, and then got a commission to compose the score for a Broadway show, For Heaven's Sake. Fred became a nationally renowned musician, composer, lyricist, author, vocal coach. He wrote the book Auditioning for the Musical Theater, which became the standard for students and aspiring performers. For 20 years, he wrote a magazine column entitled Audition Doctor. He taught at Syracuse University, Juilliard, New York University, and FAU, and other places. He wrote more than 130 songs and 8 musicals. I know he wrote more songs than that because he was always writing songs for people. He wrote many songs here at the Center for us. He won many awards, including Screen Actors Guild, Certificate of Merit, Best Score nomination for his show In Gay Company. He toured with all over the United States with John DeMeo as a duo piano team for 5 years. And they performed at Lincoln Center to an audience of who's who in musical theater, including Richard Rodgers. They had a standing ovation. What a fabulous night that was. Fred was a voice coach for so many through the years. Julie Harris, Bette Midler, Gloria Swanson, Betty Davis, Sandy Duncan, Marsha Mason, E.G. Marshall, so many, so many. He loved teaching and coaching talent, and he had hundreds of students. And professional musicians kept coming back to brush up with Fred. There was no one like him. He was a member here since the early 80s. He was a dedicated student of science of mind, and he definitely believed in the power of prayer, and he used it in his life. He gave us this piano. He gave of himself here, as he did wherever he was. He was genuine. He was special. He was a loving human being. We're all going to miss him. You know, he was an animal lover. His cats, Oedipus, Gracie, and George, were very well pampered, I hear. He has many good friends because Fred was a good friend. I know I've been talking with his friend Mark, who's been helping setting things up here. All of the people who I've been talking to have a genuine love of Fred. You see, he was a musical genius, and yet you might not know that. Just if he walked up to you on the street, he was so humble. He was a generous man. He always had a joke. He was fun to be with. I just learned that he loved to sail, and he had sailboats in New York, and there's some wonderful pictures there of him on his sailboat. Tom Caskey met Fred in December 2001, and 2 people from very different backgrounds and very different careers found such great happiness together. They traveled the world, even 4 or 5 cruises in 1 year, because Fred taught workshops on those cruise ships. And I know that Tom wants to share some ideas.